what this means?
I will handle the problem, Elliot.
There never should have been one. What kind of a business are you running?
I had nothing to do with this. Do you think I'd be here if I did?
Do you know what happens if the newspapers find out I'm renting one of Shannon Draper's girls?
You lose your wife.
To hell with her. I'll lose my job.
Go home, Elliot. It's taken care of. Well, well, Heather. My little entrepreneur.
I needed it for souvenir money for mine and Michelle's trip to Japan.
There won't be any souvenirs where you're going.
What, he didn't pay?
It's a different kind of blackmail today, sweetheart. You're gonna pay.
Oh, like hell I will.
People like Elliot Hammond can make us all disappear. Now, I want to know everyone you took photographs of. I want to know where the negatives are. And most of all, I want to know how you could be so incredibly stupid.
I'm not telling you a word.
Damn.
She ain't breathing.
Every morning I wake up, I find strands on my shoulder. Am I losing my hair?
The only thing you're losing is your mind.
Come on, man. You've seen my dad. It runs in my family. On my mom's side, my Uncle Tony, he's bald as an eggshell.
Really? My uncle has every hair on his head he ever grew. That's some tough luck, Slick.
Where are you going?
A date.
Just like that?
Well, I was gonna wear my Oscar de la Renta, but I lent it to Madonna.
No, I mean, you look different. Attractive. What I mean to say is that you don't usually dress like this.
Well, that's because I don't usually change here, but I had to, otherwise I'd be late.
TC's actually worried about losing his hair?
Oh, yeah, man. I planted the seed weeks ago. Little hints. Brushing hair off his shoulder. I got him tripping.
I'm glad you have so much free time.
What about you, Lieutenant? You ever worry about losing yours?
Nah, I just keep it short enough I'll never know the difference. Nice try,
Any
Victor.
black and white or Pacific Blue units in the area? Report of a body in the surf north of Lifeguard Station 12.
This is 1 PB1 responding. Come on. PB1 requesting an ambulance and a coroner's team down to the beach.
No ID, no match on fingerprints. She was only dead 6 to 8 hours before beaching.
What was the cause of death?
Bloodstream was loaded with alcohol and cocaine, but a head injury is what killed her. Looks like she took a fall before they dumped her in the water.
All right, take Chris and check all the boating activity in the bay last night. Someone has to know she's missing.
All right.
Excuse me, officer. Could you direct me to whoever's in charge?
That would be Lieutenant Palermo.
Thank you.
Sure. Aren't you, Ellen Bracken?
Yes, I am.
You know, you were really good in that movie with Bruce Willis. The one where you died in the beginning.
It was a small role, but pivotal to his motivation. Will you excuse me?
Sure. Oh, and you were terrific in Catfight. Really terrific. Actually, the costume was terrific. What was left of it.
Hey,
Hey,
who sent Chris flowers?
the guy she had a date with last night. She told Cory that he's got a great butt.
So what?
That's female East, but she wants to have his kid. I mean, they're meeting at the Ocean Terrace tonight, man. Soft lights, crashing waves. Bet they skipped dessert. Oh, by the way, you know, your hair looks much better today. Much fuller. You look good.
You filed a report?
No. It's only been a few weeks, and this has happened before.
Miss Bracken, your sister's an adult. I don't think I can be of much help if she's run off with a bad crowd.
The description of the dead girl you found on the beach this morning matches Michelle's.
Okay. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Bracken.
It's not Michelle. It's her roommate, Heather Robinson.
I can't believe Heather's dead.
I'm sorry, Michelle. She was just too drunk to find her way off the pier. I know you two were close, so no dates until you go to Japan next week, okay? And don't worry, we'll find another girl to go with you, someone fun. By the way, Mr. Singletary was very pleased with you the other night. You keep on pleasing him like that, and you just might end up his permanent partner. Now go on, you get some rest.
This is all of Heather's stuff. I found these under the mattress.
What about Michelle?
Did a quick pass through her room. Nothing.
You keep an eye on her. If she's involved, I want to know.
Will you look at all these women? Hello? And not one for TC.
You still trying to fix me up with Linda's friend?
No, I'm just seeing, like, what would you do if you met the girl of your dreams?
Come on, Victor.
Hey, you know, at least you wouldn't be sitting around like a geek watching this other guy steal her heart away with flowers.
It shows?
Like a Broadway musical.
Any black and white or Pacific Blue units in the area, silent alarm 211 in progress at Gettle's Pawn Shop.
This is 1PP1 responding. We're nearby. It's your turn. I call the last angry dad.
We have a lead we want to follow. As soon as we find out anything, we'll contact you.
It's just that they went everywhere together. If Heather's dead,
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Does the name Shannon Draper mean anything to you?
Only that she's the madam to the stars.
She paid off your sister's apartment lease 2 months ago.
Are you implying that Michelle is a hooker?
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
She's my sister.
This is a police investigation, Miss Bracken. As soon as we locate your sister, we'll notify you.
Thank you. Your dad's on his way. Hey, is this Alan Jenkins? I'm calling on behalf of Officer Chris Kelly. She's needed on patrol this evening, and she regrets that she has to cancel dinner. Me? I'm her partner, Officer Del Toro. I'll tell her. Bye.
I got visitors with badges downstairs.
Detectives?
No, bike cops.
Sure. Come on in. Let's talk outside.
Miss Draper, do you have any idea why we're here?
I'm praying that girl you found last night was not Heather Robinson.
I'm afraid she was. I have several questions for you. The first being, why haven't you contacted us?
Look, officers, if I contacted you every time one of my boarders didn't sleep in her own bed, we'd have to install a hotline between us.
Ma'am, we believe Heather's death wasn't accidental.
Someone killed her?
We're not sure. That's why it's important to retrace her last steps. Do you have any idea who she was with last night?
No, not personally, but I'm sure maybe one of the other girls might have known.
I'd like to speak with her old roommate, Michelle Bracken.
Certainly.
Michelle?
These officers want to ask you some questions about Heather.
Sure. Do you have any idea what she was doing at the marina last night?
She'd gone sailing with some guy a few days before.
Do you know his name?
I'm sorry, she didn't tell me.
One last thing. Ellen's worried about you. She'd like you to call.
Tell my sister, if I happen to die first, don't come to my funeral.
If you think of anything.
Just what the hell are you thinking? Thank you for calling me.
Not a problem. See you both at the arraignment. Now, since this is your first offense, you should be all right. If you stay out of trouble.
Oh, he will. Believe me, officer, he will.
Got your message, Lieutenant. What up?
Ride with me, Cory.
Sure.
Feel like doing a little undercover work?
Oh, man. How did Chris duck this one?
She was with me when I met Shannon Draper.
Okay, well, what about my backstory? Who's gonna vouch for me?
I would take care of that right now.
Lieutenant, are you sure I'm the right type for this?
I think you're perfect.
Margot Reese, Cory McNamara.
Hi.
How you doing?
So, you need a crash course in the good life?
I guess.
I busted Margot a few times. I got her to change careers.
He encouraged me to start my own business. I owe him a big favor.
And this is how you want to collect?
Cory.
Sorry, Lieutenant. Just one question. This count as my continuing education for my sergeant's exam?
Only if you pass the oral.
Margot.
Sorry.
Officer Kelly, your lieutenant said you found Michelle?
Your sister is fine, Miss Bracken.
I take it she didn't light up at the sound of my name.
She lit up all right, but not in the way you'd want to see.
I've heard that Shannon sends some of her girls overseas.
We've heard that also, but...
Please, you can't let her leave the country. Some of those rich sheikhs and foreign businessmen keep these girls as sex slaves.
We're looking into Shannon's business. And if we get lucky, maybe we could get your sister out of there.
Should I go down and see if
Absolutely not. I know it's hard waiting. But I'm just asking you to trust us. Sorry I'm late, Alan. Where's Alan?
He couldn't make it.
How do you know?
We spoke.
You canceled my date?
You can still have one.
Of all the gall, how dare you?
Would you just sit down?
Why should I?
So we can talk.
Talk all day long.
So we can talk now.
What gives you the right to interfere with my life, TC?
I took a chance. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do.
Maybe?
Maybe. Breadstick.
I can't believe you. I mean, this is so male. You know what you are? You are egotistical, pushy, manipulative. Do you really think that I'd rather be with you than Alan?
Wine?
I don't forgive you.
I know.
It's the worst thing anyone has ever done to me.
I know.
I really hate you.
I know.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
No. It was that good.
We were that good.
Yeah.
So you're leaving?
That's right.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
This isn't about us working together.
How do you know?
Because if it were, you'd be telling me about how this is bad for our careers, or how if Palermo finds out, he'll transfer us, or how you don't want me worrying about you every time you go after a perp.
All these things are true.
Maybe, but you're more upset than that. Are you really so afraid to be happy?
And why would I be happy about losing my best friend?
That's not gonna happen.
Why wouldn't it, TC? I mean, every time sex is involved, the friendship takes a nosedive.
Sex is one thing. Love is another.
One of us has to think clearly about this.
Why? 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 This is more than about thinking anymore. It's about how I feel. About how you feel.
And how will you feel a year from now? Or 2 years from now? When something happens and we break up. And then what's gonna happen to us then, huh? Nothing. No friendship, no lovers. It's all gone. I don't know about you, but I am not willing to take that risk. I'm doing this for the both of us.
Then you'll forgive me if I don't thank you.
Chardonnay, please.
I'm Michelle.
Cory.
You don't look familiar. Are you a former employee?
Actually, I'm hoping to become a future one. If you don't mind me asking, how do you like working here?
What do you think?
Michelle, be a dear and go help Cindy with her makeup, she still thinks she's back in a New Jersey mall.
Nice meeting you, Cory.
Cory Summers. I'm a big fan, Miss Draper.
And Edgar seems to be quite a fan of yours. It's quite something to see him swayed by a few innuendos whispered in his ear.
Actually, I'd say the innuendos were pretty explicit.
So what can I do for you, Miss Summers? Or is it simply the thrill of crashing a party that fills your needs?
I only have one need, and that's a lucrative career. And I believe that I can be a very big asset to your already diversified portfolio.
What do you know about my portfolio?
Only that you like to buy young properties and watch them grow, and that you're also into more riskier foreign sectors. And everything is first class. Well, except for the swine. It's a terrible year for Chardonnays in California.
I don't hire strangers. You rent skates from Margot Reese.
On my days off. Margot and I used to work together. Tandem skating, that sort of thing.
I researched my prospective investments very thoroughly through Mr. Logan before purchasing.
Eddie Logan.
Cory Summers.
Very nice. New recruit?
That's up to you. Convince Mr. Logan of your earning potential, and perhaps we'll talk some business.
You promised me you wouldn't go to Draper's.
They wouldn't even let me in the door.
They had no reason to.
Explain to me again why you people allow that woman to run her operation under your noses.
Every time we tried to bust her, the cases just seemed to disappear. I'm sorry, but she has a lot of influential customers.
Nice.
Miss Bracken, short of kidnapping, there's just nothing we can do. Michelle is not being held there against her will.
Women like Shannon are masters of manipulation. They actually have these girls convinced they're gonna marry one of these men.
Why do I get the feeling that you don't come by this knowledge from researching a role?
I grew up poor, and I was tired of it. So while I waited for my first break, I used this space to do something more profitable than wait tables. Now I will spend the rest of my life feeling uncomfortable in my own skin, thinking of my own worth as an hourly rate.
When we bring Shannon Draper down, your sister will be out of there. That's all I can offer you. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna believe this. You know that ugly brooch that Bill Jr. pinched? The owner says while he was out, another kid came in and tried to grab it, but the clerk scared him away.
You have any idea why a couple of kids would be so interested in that old relic?
He has no idea why anyone would be interested. In fact, he's thinking of lowering the price, even though it's worth twice the $2,200 he's asking for it.
No way those kids would know it's so valuable.
Exactly. So then why are they trying to steal it?
And this was Heather's room. We had a lot of fun in here.
I heard a little bit about her at the party.
She was supposed to go to Japan with me in a few days. She was so excited.
What's in Japan?
Big time. If I work it right, I can make 10 times what I make here. Shannon only sends her top girls.
What happened to Heather anyway?
Rule 1, no discussing clients.
I understand. It's just that, well, I have a real suspicion about being with guys who've been trouble for other girls. I'd like to avoid him if I can. I'd owe you big time.
Elliot Hammond.
The politician?
He's on the city council or something.
It's a pretty big fish.
Please. Big is a guy who owns his own country. You'll have a shot at a couple of them.
Right.
You think I'm kidding?
No.
Tony!
Hey, Elliot. It's been a while.
Yeah, my re-election party last spring. So why the cloak and dagger? Why don't you come by my office or stop by the house?
I wish I could have. How's Roberta?
Fine. Cut to the chase, Tony.
Dead call girl. Very expensive, very young. My information tells me you were with her the night she was killed.
Your information's wrong.
Elliot, you're more than a man I respect. You're a friend. If I think you're lying to me, we can do this down at the station and keep it official.
I'm not going to stand here and tell you why a man like me sees a girl like that when he has a wife like Roberta.
It's not my business. The murder is. Were you on Draper's yacht that night with Heather Robinson?
Yes.
So you're the judge and jury?
Yeah, it's sort of a one-man gong show.
Well, how do you like my act so far?
Oh, packaging is great. But, I always put a little more weight on the talent competition.
All right, then why don't you tell me what you want?
No. That's no fun. You gotta take the lead. Tell me what to do.
That works for me. What do you say we take care of business first?
Yeah. 500. Okay, baby. It's your audition.
I want to place you under arrest.
Oh, man, this is fantastic. Okay, officer. I stepped out of line. Punish me.
Are you crazy? I'm a cop.
Of course you are. Man, those handcuffs feel really real.
They are real, you loser.
Oh, great touch. Hey, where's your nightstick? You gotta have a nightstick.
I am a cop, and you're going to jail.
Oh, I don't know how you finally caught up with me. I've been on the lam for months. Please don't hurt me. Very creative, but I'm not really into threesomes.
Oh, you're gonna like me, pal. Because I play police a lot different than she does. May I?
Be my guest.
Come on.
$1,000 minus 40%. And from the afterglow still in his voice, I would say Mr. Logan undertipped you.
You have no idea. So, why are we meeting up here?
I thought you'd like to see if you had any decorating ideas for your new room. Welcome to the family, honey.
Hey,
You're gonna go blading. Why don't you come by and get me?
I thought about calling you to go, but then I didn't think it'd be such a hot idea.
Why not? We've done it a million times.
Uh-huh. Would you have gone?
Probably not. I don't know why.
I know why. Because this is all screwed up. You know, because everything is weird. We're weird, Chris.
TC.
We can't be lovers because that would ruin our friendship, and yet we can't be friends because we slept together.
We can be friends.
Fine. Then have breakfast with me.
Maybe tomorrow. Just need some time.
And you believed him?
I've always known Elliot Hammond to be an honest man.
Yeah, except to his wife.
I know the circumstances are a little shady, but Elliot's not a killer. Shannon and her goon, on the other hand.
Would lose her business or worse if word got out about their blackmail.
Smells like motive to me. Elliot said Shannon destroyed the photos, but I want you to take a look. See if there's anything incriminating laying around.
Well, there's plenty of that.
So, how was the funeral? Emotional? Lots of crying?
Lots of sweating. It's hotter than hell in the valley. Did you find anything in Michelle's room?
Besides a penchant for pastel underwear? No. She's clean. Don't you think if she were in on the blackmail, though, she would have smelled something after Heather went swimming and then taken off?
Maybe. But greed has a way of dulling common sense, darling.
I didn't see Heather's family there.
Heather was a foster kid, in and out of homes with screwed up people. Like a bad movie the week, she always said.
Must be hard for you, seeing a room emptied like that, all trace of her vanished, and me moved in.
Actually, her room was always kind of empty. She didn't accumulate stuff the way other people do. She was just so used to moving around all the time.
Well, I hope you kept something of hers to remember her by.
The only thing she cared about was this goofy stuffed bear. What the hell do you want?
To talk?
Maybe I should go.
Thank you. This is a family matter.
What the hell do you know about family? I've barely known Cory a week, and she's already more family to me than you ever were.
That's what Shannon wants you to think.
And why shouldn't I?
Because she's got you selling self-respect for money.
Maybe I could take off all my clothes in front of lots of men and a camera, and maybe then I could call it by a different name.
It's more than just the name that's different.
You can't even be honest with yourself.
Runs in the family, I guess. Because if you ever stopped to think where I got all that money I sent home every time Dad lost his job or Mom drank up the rent, you'd realize how I know what this life will do to you.
Wow. Wow. Now that's amazing. How did they do that? Oh, that's even more amazing.
That's gotta hurt.
Nah.
Pretty impressive clientele, wouldn't you say? Half of them make the councilman look like a secretary.
Cory, are you sure Michelle's not in on this?
I don't think she has a clue. Heather was working this alone.
So what's our next move?
To ruin an old friend's day.
What do you want from me?
Need your help nailing Shannon Draper.
So now you're blackmailing me too.
We're doing you a favor, Mr. Hammond. There's other ways we can do this, but they'd be much more damaging.
So you're saying if I cooperate, this won't come back to haunt me?
We're saying the murder case and the pictures will go away. Your conscience, I can't speak for.
Okay, explain to me again why he put the brooch back out where anyone can grab it.
So it could be stolen again. The clerk said the second kid looked exactly like Bill Jr., only younger. You're not with me, are you, TC? You want me to spell this out for you, man? It is not a hunch. It is pure Victor Del Toro genius. Check this out. Bingo. Come on.
Hold it, kid.
I didn't do anything.
Hand it over.
If I do, will you let me go?
No. Now give it to me. Now, your last name wouldn't happen to be McKenna, would it? Let's go.
No more explanations, no reassuring smiles. You want to play tough? I'll play tough.
What are you gonna do, Elliot? You gonna call a press conference and say you're being blackmailed by the woman who supplies you with your sex objects the age of your daughter?
If I have to.
Well, you'd be lying. I am not blackmailing you.
Really? Then who sent me this? The this you said you destroyed.
First of all, I thought I got all of these, including negatives. Secondly, if I needed to squeeze someone, do you really think I would bother with a squirrely city councilman?
You.
And you are a John, but by no means my most wealthy, my most powerful, or the one with the most to hide. Think it through, Elliot. We are both being played.
This woman came to my office. She gave me this and a note demanding $25,000.
What did she look like?
Late 20s, great body, dark hair, dark eyes. Look right through you. Sharp.
I
I appreciate you giving me a chance to explain, Officer Del Toro.
I'd like to keep your boys from having a record they don't deserve. Now, you pawn the brooch?
Yeah. My wife and I both work, but these boys, they just grow out of stuff so fast and they eat so much.
It's your wife's jewelry?
Her grandmother's. It's an heirloom. Hilda said that it would be okay for me to pawn the brooch. She meant the one I gave her. When she finds out, she's gonna kill me.
This might sound crazy, but have you thought about buying it back, Mr. McKenna?
That SOB cheated me. I got $250 on Hawk. He puts it in the window for $2,200.
Hey, I know it's not fair, but you cannot send in your boys to commit a crime just to get even.
I offered him $550. I offered him $650. If the boys had got away with it, I would have sent in $800 in cash. I can't afford more.
Couldn't you just try explaining what happened to your wife?
This is Hilda. If you want to leave a message for me or anyone else, keep it short.
She sounds pleasant.
Where have you been?
Shopping, handsome.
Shannon wants to see you.
Reception's good. Looks like they took the bait.
Why not? Bait's attractive.
I shouldn't have crashed your date. I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself.
It's very flattering how you feel, TC. But you broke rules.
And Alan wouldn't break the rules.
Who's Alan? I dumped him. I just wasn't myself with him. He wasn't funny. He didn't joke with me or tease me.
What are you saying?
Nobody can know. Palermo finds out, he'll separate us.
Just for the record, I don't care if we're separated on the job, as long as I have you the rest of the time.
Just the same. Let's keep things quiet until we know where it's going, okay?
Our little secret.
One last thing.
What?
Never kiss me when I'm on duty.
Very unprofessional.
And distracting. One more last thing.
What?
That rule does not apply when I'm off duty. Understood?
Perfectly.
There you go.
He listened to reason?
You listened to my reason.
And $650 was enough?
He was willing to call it a deal. But more importantly, he decided not to press any charges against your boys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know, by rights, I should book you. There's a list of possible charges, and none of them are pretty.
I know. I wasn't thinking very clearly.
You're right.
If you have to, I understand.
Just take care of your boys. And make sure you get that brooch back before your wife finds it missing.
Isn't that about the ugliest thing you've ever seen?
It's pretty bad. Have a good day. Watch your back.
Come in.
Moving on, Cory.
You run a great place here, Shannon, but it's really not for me.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. And where exactly have we failed you?
Well, I had expected a better class of clientele, but oh well. Live and learn.
That is always a possibility.
Who's that?
City Councilman Hammond? The gentleman you visited this morning?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Where did you find the pictures? We searched everywhere for them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And here I thought you were more clever than that.
Inside the stuffed bear.
Where are they now?
There's a lot of money to be made, Shannon. What do you say we make a deal?
Okay. You tell me where the pictures are, and I'll make Edgar go away.
You killed Heather, didn't you?
It was an accident. The point is, Cory, I liked her. Where does that leave you?
All right. All right. I'll show you. Just please don't kill me, all right?
Got it.
This is 1PB4, on the move.
Michelle! Get her. Freeze, please!
Drop it! Go left.
You okay?
Ask me tomorrow. Go find Michelle, make sure she's safe.
Got it.
For a woman with so much style, you have to point your toes upon entry. But you know what? You can try again in 50 years to life.
What am I gonna say to her?
I mean, after hello, I love you, I'm glad you're safe.
I wasn't this nervous with John's.
You didn't have this much to lose.
Did you hear that?
What, the heartbeat? Had to be yours because mine stopped 10 minutes ago.
Chris, you home?
I thought you said she was coming back.
Well, till later. She lives here.
I'll be right out.
Oh, next time, my place.
I rented us a couple of romantic movies.
Sorry.
What happened to your date? Good news, bad news. He was a doctor, he got beat. Hey. Why is your window open?
Why are you in my room?
Okay. I'll go make popcorn.
Wait, no, please, this is what it seems.
It seems like you're getting dressed, young man.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
We always get there too late.